are out and about again, and we are in Grand Rapids at Kennedy's. And you have to forgive us a little bit. We just flew in today, and we wanted to spend a little time with our friends and kind of like show you this incredible space. But why don't, Holly, you kind of, I don't like just co-owner or business owner, explain a little bit more about what your position is, kind of the family business and dynamics, and tell everybody about you.
Sure. Hi, I'm Holly Halfman, and we're here at Kennedy's Flowers and Gifts. We have settled on a title of brand ambassador. As you know, with a family business,
Right.
you wear many hats. So I oversee design, I oversee marketing, and I am a co-owner with my mom and my brother.
And probably trading those hats from time to time, I would imagine as well.
Somewhat. My brother definitely is in charge of delivery. My mom is very much a mentor to us these days, and I do oversee a lot of different aspects, predominantly design and marketing, I would say.
One of the really cool things that I wanted to share with you is we're in what you guys call the plant room, and I was really surprised to find that this is half the size of your original showroom. And wait till you see where this has grown to.
Isn't that incredible? It, as we joke, it keeps us from overbuying. It hasn't expanded much, but our store sure has. So we came to Cascade Road, where we are located now, about 30 years ago. We're celebrating that in March.
That's
so
great.
That's kind
What
of
an
fun.
accomplishment.
It sure is. And our plant room is lovely, has a bit of the sun. And then right this way, we have almost kind of like an open door kitchen kind of policy, is our design room. So this is where the magic happens in our store. You can come take a look. So we have quite a few counter spaces, different computer systems and phones for everyone to answer. We can host, I don't know, I hosted 15 people here last night for a floral design workshop, which we do at least monthly. Not always 15, kind of expands, ebbs and flows. But it's a beautiful space. We kind of did this U shape originally with the intention to be able to host classes more often. But as we've gotten busier, we don't have necessarily the ability to clear out the workers and host design workshops all the time. So we kind of strategically host those in the basements these days. Would you like to continue on to the rest of the store?
I'm anxious for everyone to see how incredible the rest of the, you really can't call this a flower shop or gift shop. It's kind of so much more than that.
Oh, it definitely is. Flowers, gifts, home decor, women's apparel, so much more. And we have people who have driven by, sometimes 10 years, and then they finally come in and they're like, oh my gosh, like, what have I been missing? And, I always say better late than never.
That's right.
We joke that we should just put on our marquee outside, don't miss this store. So walking this way, we do have a baby section. It's expanding to beyond just baby, but, that's always part of what we're celebrating with life is, new arrivals into this world. And so we do have different gift packages that can be a bit of an add-on with flowers, kind of making our way around. We have, we've expanded even into like dogs because, your fur babies, having some, like the dog section is quite popular. You're kind of right by wind chimes and, making our way through. We kind of joke that this is the man section over here. Could be maybe the bar section too, just kind of funny, cups and drinking paraphernalia.
And do you work with a team of people to decide where you're going to set up what?
So we have a fabulous gift store manager. She does a lot of the buying with a strategic team. My mom and I help out as well, but I would say our gift store manager predominantly, really plans out. She curates the store, and she does a fantastic job. Her name is Trish. She's been with us for quite some time now. Years go on, so I can't quite remember how many, but 8 probably, maybe a little bit more.
And one of the things that Lori was talking about a little bit earlier is that one of the things that was brought to your attention was that gift items are only turned over a few times a year, where flowers really turn over a lot. But it looks like you guys really have mastered that that thought process of what to have, what not to have, and a lot of people struggle. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, we pay a lot of attention. Our gifts, our displays are constantly fresh. That's one thing. Whenever people come in, I always say, look up, down, and all around because we're keeping it moving. Um, we do have different sales throughout the store to encourage people to come in. And then we also have a
Mm.
refillable vase program, which is
That's a
pretty
great
unique.
program. I
Yeah.
want to really hear
Hmm.
more about that.
Yeah. Right now, or
Let's save that and come
okay,
back to that. Maybe when we're over by the cooler, we can talk about the refillable
sounds
vase
good.
because you're going to love this concept.
It's special. So charcuterie board kind of section, obviously, I don't know about for everyone else, but this has been massive for us. We've expanded upon it. I mean, a couple years back, it was one of our top selling categories. I think it's, settled down a little bit, but it's still constantly flowing, very popular. Have, some angels and some garden decor, gourmet food section, beautiful just home displays. We really work to allow people to be able to envision things in their own home. So the vignettes can paint a picture, and they're so beautiful. So many of our employees, but also customers, call this their happy place, and they just come when they
Right?
want to feel good and feel inspired. So
Was
that's
beautifully coordinated together. And they got a special tour downstairs, which we might not be able to go, but they've got lots of room where they change things out. And that was as organized as it is up here. So kudos for that because
thank you,
that's
thank
super
you.
important.
Yeah, making our way around. If you happen to notice right here where all the reeds are, that is actually what used to be the end of our business. And we had three other businesses on the other side. So we had three tenants. And when the economic downturn kind of happened in 2008 or so, we knocked on one of the walls and took over the space. And that's when we brought on larger home decor kind of items. So that was a big change for us and a good one. Simple area, kind of, our cards, and even kind of going this way to women's apparel is something that we've expanded into probably for about 5 years now. Cute, cozy, really getting known for it, and it's a top category for sure.
And how often do you overturn the ladies' apparel? Like seasonally or?
Yeah, definitely. We buy seasonally. So um, we sell through it almost entirely. And
That
then
is
we kind
great.
of utilize different sales towards the end. Whenever there's like one of something left, we have kind of a one of a kind sale area, which we really don't have a sale area in our store other than that. We might do some strategic sales, but we do have a tent sale every September. So when our items get low or if something's a tiny bit damaged or less than perfect, we save it for the tent sale. And then the tent sale has up to 70% off, and people definitely mark their calendars for that.
I would imagine. And one of the
So
things I love too is that you've incorporated a lot of your permanent botanicals into your displays in the apparel as well.
that is huge. So silk, flowers, permanent botanicals are a big category for us as well. And because we picture them in the store, people can imagine them. And then we do custom pieces as well, kind of, more than just loose stems. But we have quite a few repeat customers who have us change out silk arrangements seasonally in their home. So that's kind of fun. So this brand right behind you too is Brighton. Some people might be familiar with it. I know you like your bling. Ladies love this, and it's a wonderful kind of tried and true collection. Kind of just moving through again. We really have utilized all of our space. I mean, what our office area is now used to be a whole nother tenant as well. And this used to be a Thai food place. So you can imagine what used to be here and what it is now. It's expanded in a beautiful way. Lovely home decor. Again, just kind of color blocking and creating stories with the merchandise is really what Trish does a fantastic job doing. So we're so grateful that that's her passion.
Well, and I see a lot of the trends that we're seeing in the market right now.
Mm-hmm.
And do you do a trend forecast when you go to make your purchases and buy with intentions on this is what we're going to do?
We definitely buy with intention. And that's, we used to go with a whole bunch of different buyers, and everyone's kind of buying just what they like. And it definitely didn't work out very well for the store. So it's important to remember what you have bought, and then kind of plan it out. So that's a little bit when you alluded to downstairs. We have kind of some staging tables, and we'll put things together and really pick up on the colors and the hues of what we're working with to create a display that flows well. So, Mariposa, Beatrice Bell, Ball, they're two wonderful silver lines. Sid Dickens.
I see that there's a lot of artwork, and a lot of people don't think about artwork, but it seems to be a big category for you guys.
It really is, and we found kind of a sweet spot. It's not, done by a local artist, so it's not going to break the bank. It's kind of in that, I don't know, up to $400 or so, but really, it's at a comfortable price point for people to be able to put it in their home and not have to think too much about it.
Well, one of the areas that I see a lot of are rugs. Tell us a little bit about that.
I always say rugs are art for your floor. I'm big on art, and rugs just make a room cozier, but they're definitely a big category for us. We have some indoor, outdoor, mostly indoor. What we're standing by right now, these are samples, so people can rent them out, bring them into their home, because it's a big investment, a rug. We do have several sales a year through the rug companies, and that definitely, that's a big ticket sale when they happen, and they happen frequently. So it's nice, kind of small space, and then you can order right through the company the size they need, and boom, works out well.
The other big thing I see a lot of in here are candles.
Yes.
Do you stick with one candle line, or do you have several that are go-tos?
We have several, ever expanding, and people can always pick up a candle, and it's a great gift. LAFCO is very, very popular, and the other ones, I couldn't even name them all. We also do a lot of those, light candles, like the ones that you just like click on. I'm thinking like a Loom or Patricia. We have a couple different brands like that, and people love those because they give that real candle look, especially with that real wax exterior these days. But candles are always a go-to.
Well, I love the not just the color blocking, but the categories that you've got and the way you've grouped everything together are really spot on trend, but also just usable in so many areas. Not that only this kind of person can buy this, or this kind of style suits that. So you put a lot of thought process into it.
It's so true. When you're talking about trends too, I just presented on Talmadge's Tranquil trend, and I was saying this one really reminds me of it, kind of that light blue, white, very tranquil, chill, relaxing, and it's kind of almost like that chic lakeshore look, which we do have a lot of people who have lakeshore homes. So in the summer we might slow down a little bit, and people shop here and then bring it to their lakeshore home.
Well, all of this started kind of from the flower shop and expanding into gifts. So why don't we go over to the cooler and talk a little bit about your flower style?
Sounds good. Come on. So you can see we have all sorts of designs ready to grab and go. We have loose stems that people can pull and buy, and then we do have pre-made arrangements that they can take, or we can put in a vase for them. We say this cooler walks. We have a set of customers who definitely come in knowing that we can provide, and then they grab and go. You can tell that we've been shopped heavily, but we still have a nice amount to offer.
One of the concepts that I saw when I came in, we're talking to Lori, was International Women's Day. Tell us a little bit about your program.
Oh, so International Women's Day, we learned about it back in 2014 when we were in Croatia with the World Flower Council. And up until then, we hadn't really heard about it, but we thought, oh, that's so cool. And the florists were like, wow, we do a ton of business. So we're like, okay, interesting. Let's celebrate women. We're a woman-owned business, and we always try and support other women. So we brought the concept back, and we've been celebrating it every year since. This year, we're using a beautiful accent decor vase.
Great container.
one of their goddess series. So that's kind of fun. And we're just making them affordable so women can lift other women up. It's just $20. Beautiful, brightly colored gerb with like a cute little sign in it.
Mhm.
It does have a little coupon on the back to encourage, people to come back in
Sure.
if they want, get to know us. But really, the lifting other women up is the main part of it.
And that's great, but I also want you to share about your refillable vase because I think that's just perfect.
Yeah. So we have a really unique program here at Kennedy's, and it's our refillable vase program. It started going on 8 years ago when my mom was having her 60th birthday. She decided to gift anyone who shopped with us a vase where they could get free flowers throughout the whole year. And it was called the Tidbit Club because she was just envisioning like scrapping up, those little
Mm.
broken heads and, not letting them go to waste and sharing them with customers. And it was such a hit that it developed into a bit more of a program. So we took that into the holiday season with Scattered Joy. And the whole concept kind of behind the refillable vase is it's a one-time purchase of a vase, and then the customer can bring it in as often as once a week and get free flowers while they wait. So it keeps the joy of flowers spread through people. It does have people coming in and keeping us top of mind, which is wonderful.
Mhm.
And sometimes it introduces us to new customers because when people give them as a gift, then a new person comes in and gets to know us.
Well, and half the battle these days are just getting people into your space, and then you
Yeah.
have an opportunity to show them what's available, what you can do. So I think it's a great concept.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's so popular. We definitely have quite a few, starting in February is Queen of Hearts. So that's going on now, and that goes with free flowers February, March through April. Then in April, people can shop, and now it's whatever age Lori is turning. If you
Right.
spend that much in the store, then you get gifted the Tidbit vase, which we've changed to quarterly refills, so once every 3 months. We also have something going on all year round called Gift of the Seasons, and that's 3-month increments. And that came about because we sell one vase called the Magic Vase, and that's for the whole year. But we have a lot of people who are kind of snowbirds and that they're not around. So they're like, oh, well, we'll miss half the year. And we said, okay, let's break it down into seasons. So there's, Gift of the Seasons, Magic Vase, and Scattered Joy. There's a lot to keep track of. When people join our team, it's like, what? But it's really wonderful. It helps us keep our flowers fresh and moving. And as I mentioned, it's just such a nice way to stay connected with our customers.
All great concepts, and we're in that industry that we love to take ideas from other people, inspirations, massage them a little bit, and sort of make them our own. So hopefully you've seen something today that you might be able to incorporate. Holly, thank you so much for letting us invade your space and sharing all this with us. We so appreciate it.
So happy to have you. Thanks for coming.
And we'll see you again next time.